Good morning. Hope you all are enjoying the classes. Okay. And you'll have to not only enjoy the class, you'll have to read the lessons properly, understand them, and by heart the question answers. Okay, ma? Because you all now you are in the 10th class. So concentrate mainly on your studies. Don't have your mind on any other thing, ma. Okay. So come on. Let's resume the class, ma. I think we are going to the third lesson, unit 3, production and employment. Production and employment. This lesson is very, very interesting for all students. Okay. So production and employment, 10th class, day 4. Day 4 mark. Okay. What it is? Today is day 4. Okay. Take out the page 37. Ma. Page 37. This is very interesting for you. Page number 37. The topic is organized and unorganized sector employment in India. So here I already gave you examples about the organized and unorganized sector. But here we just go direct to it, ma. Okay, we'll go direct to it. You will have a question from this, ma, for 2 marks, and one more question we'll have for 4 marks. So far we have seen how different sectors contribute to GDP, ma. What do you mean GDP, ma? Gross Domestic Product of India, and also realize the comparative importance of 3 sectors. So we are seeing how different sectors. For example, I told you all now, the 3 sectors are defined as this way: agriculture, industry, and services. Agriculture, industry, and services. But most of the people depend on agriculture. Go for agriculture, because by coming to other things, there is no opportunities. This helps us to analyze the shifts that take place or don't take place for both production and employment. So here, production and employment, we have shifts. Sometimes it doesn't take place. So the classification focused below emphasizes the problems of employment and the associated conditions of work even more strictly. So here we'll see, ma. We just go deep into the topic, ma. Just change the page, ma. Here we see examples. What na? Here we are given 2 examples. One is about Narasimha and other is about Rajeshwari, ma. These are 2 examples. If you'll understand these 2 examples, you can do the work. So shall I tell you roughly, ma? Okay, these 2 examples are nothing. Here we are given Narasimha works in a government office. So who works, ma? Narasimha works in a government office. So understand this topics, ma. If you'll understand this example, you will know what is the difference between organized and unorganized sector. If not, you all cannot understand. Okay, ma? See here. Narasimha works in a government office. So what is Narasimha? He is a government employee. He attends his office at 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So what are these timings? His timings are 9:30 to 5:30. These are the fixed timings. He uses his motorbike to travel from house to office, so which is about 5 kilometers. So what it is? It is only about 5 kilometers. But how does he go to office? He goes to office by his motorbike. He gets his salary regularly at the end of every month. So he gets his salary every month at the end of every month. Deposited in his bank account. And how does he get his salary? He gets his salary deposited in his bank account. In addition to the salary, he also gets provident fund as per the rules laid down by the government. So not only salary, when he retires, he also gets his PF, known as the provident fund. He also gets medical and other allowances. So not only salary, not only the provident fund, he also gets his he gets medical and other allowances. Narasimha does not go to office on Sunday. So Sunday is a holiday for him. It's a paid holiday. Sunday is a paid holiday. So whether he remains at home also, or Sunday is counted as paid salary. He was given an appointment letter stating all the terms and conditions of work. So when he was given a job, when he got a government job, he was given a letter stating all the conditions and what terms which he has to follow strictly. So here he is having a relaxed and happy life. Sundays for him holiday. His timings are 9:30 to 5:30 in the morning. 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. He goes to office by bike because he earns good salary, and every month he gets his salary on time. That too, what the salary will be paid in the bank. So he gets PF and other medical and other allowances. So he is enjoying a happy life. So we can say this is organized sector, ma. What it is? Organized sector. So why? Because he is a government officer. Come to Rajeshwari. This is Rajeshwari. So we'll see. This is the example of Rajeshwari, ma. Rajeshwari is working as a construction worker. So what is Rajeshwari working on? She also is working. She also is working for a living. She also working for a living. But she is working as a construction worker. Construction worker. She goes for work at 7 a.m. How does she go to work, ma? She goes to work at 7 a.m. Whereas this fellow goes to work at 9:30. She goes to work at 7 a.m. and returns home at 7 p.m. So morning 7 to 7. See the timings. See the difference. 9:30 to 5:30. Happy timings. Here morning 7 to evening 7. She travels about 8 to 10 kilometers daily. Okay, for work by bus. How does she travel, ma? She travels 8 to 10 kilometers by bus. Construction workers get 1 hour lunch break between 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So what are the lunch timings, ma? The lunch timings are only 1 hour break. 1 hour break, that is 1 to 2 p.m. She gets work only for 10 to 12 days a month. So she does not get work regularly. She does not get work regularly. She gets work out now most only 10 to 12 days only per month. Remaining days she is asked to sit at home. When she sits at home, she is not paid. She is not paid. Whereas this person, Narsima, is paid even on Sundays. Sundays is relaxing at home. But even is relaxing also, is being paid. That's why it comes under the organized sector, means government sector. But here, she works only, Aishwarya works only 10 to 12 days a month. In the remaining days, she has no work. And she does not get any wage. So, when she has work, she is paid wages. When she has work, she is paid wages. So, wages we can say, the workers who are working, okay, we can say the laborers who are working, they get their wages paid. By, what they start in the work morning, evening they will be paid the wages. The wages will be paid. If not, they will be paid weekly, ma. They will be paid weekly, not monthly, ma. The daily laborers, they are paid on the same day of the work. If not, they are paid in the week end of the week, means Saturdays, they will be paid. She gets 150 per day, ma. How much she gets, ma? She gets 150 per day. That is when she has work. When she has work, she is paid. When there is no work, that 150 also is not there as wages. Mostly, she is paid the wages on the spot in the evening. So she is paid the money on the spot in the evenings. When she works for 3 or 4 days at the same spot, she is paid after the work. So when she works, daily wage means she gets soon the work is over, she'll be paid. But sometimes when the work goes on 3 to 4 days, she'll be paid after the work, ma. She gets more work from February to June. So when are working time, ma? February to June. Okay, February, March, April, May, June. So these 5 months she gets heavy work. She gets more. July to January is unseasonal. So July to January is unseasonal. She does not get work. No work means no pay. Rajeshwari is a member of what ma? Rajeshwari is a member of self or major self-help group in a locality. So she's a member of the self-help group in her locality. The government pays some compensation if any. Okay, so moreover, if suppose anything happens to her on work, the government will give a little compensation. Oh, nothing, sometimes nothing. There is no help from the government, treatment accidents while working. She is also part of a group that works under Manson. So Manson, who the Manson means? Manson is Tapa Mistri. Manson is the Tapa. She is working for Tapa Mistri. She is working for a Mason. There are 6 to 10 workers under each Mason. So every Mason will have 6 to 10 workers. That's 6 to 10 workers. So this is what we have seen about Rajeshwari. So a job is not secure, not regular. She will be paid only when she has work. Only when she has work. No work, no payment. No work, no payment. She will be paid when the work is finished in the evenings on the spot. Her wages will be paid. If not, she will be paid when she will be paid. She will be paid weekly or after 2 or 3 days when the work is completed. So this is what we have learned, ma. So here we will find the difference here, no. So I told you clearly, students. So what you can say, Rajeshwari is unorganized, ma. Unorganized sector. This is about Rajeshwari. Narasimha and Rajeshwari are illustrative examples of workers employed in organized and unorganized sectors. So I just explained to you all organized and unorganized sectors respectively. Do you see the differences in conditions of work between them? So there are a lot of differences. Between work between them. The distinction between organized and unorganized sectors helps us to understand the working situation and wages faced by the majority of workers in the country. 92% of workers in India are found in unorganized sector. So, how much? 92 out of 100%, 92% of workers are in India are depending or coming under unorganized sector, and only 8% find work in organized sector. So out of 100% in India, 8% are working in organized sector. 8% are working in organized sector, whereas the other 92% come under unorganized sector. Come here. Organized sector covers those enterprises of work or place of work where the terms of employment are regular and therefore people have assured work. So coming to organized sector now, organized sector means the work is confirmed. Work is confirmed. They are assured security. The work is given there, and they are paid on time. What now? Monthly salaried. Okay. They are registered by the government and have to follow rules and regulations. So the person working under the organized sector is registered. He is registered in the government. So why he comes under the government? He is a government employee, and he has to follow rules and regulations. Rules and regulations which are given in various laws such as the factories. So he has to follow rules and regulations. He has to follow the law. Follow the law. Act. Minimum Wages Act. Shops and Establishments Act. It is called organized because it has some formal processing and producers. So it is come under organized sector. Why we have to? It is come under formal sectors. Workers in organized sector enjoy security and employment. The people who are working in the organized sector, they enjoy security and employment. They are expected to work only for a fixed number of hours. So their timings are only fixed timings. Example 9:30 to 5:30. That's all. 5:30 is over means the work is over. But whereas the people are working in another sector, they have to work some more hours if the work is incomplete. They work more. If suppose in case they work more, they will be paid. They will be paid for overtime. They will be paid for overtime by the employer. They also get several other benefits from the employers. They get paid leave. So they get paid leave. Payment during holidays. So even they get holidays, and even the holidays they are paid. They are paid. Provident fund, etc. They are supposed to get medical benefits, and under the laws and employment has to ensure facilities like drinking water. So moreover, they get good facilities like drinking water and a safe working environment. So the place where they are working will be safe. So they are enjoying all the benefits from the government. The people working in the organized sector. When they retire, many of these workers get pension. So after their retirement, they get pension. People who work in government or with companies or large establishments are all in organized sector. So the people working with the government, or with companies, or large establishments are coming under the organized sector. So see, the people under the organized sector, they enjoy life. They have a secure life. The timings are confirmed timings, certain timings only. Suppose they work more than the timings, they will be paid as a partner overtime. They will be paid overtime. So they are enjoying the secure life. The people who are coming under the organized sector in sense, people are working with the government, big companies and large establishments. They all come under the organized sector. So students, I think you have understood the lesson today, ma. So I think it's very interesting for you all. Are you all enjoying the classes, ma? Once again, I'll ask you. Yeah, I hope so. So today is your homework is okay, ma. Today, read and write this 7th question answer 2 times. Okay, ma. This is today your homework, ma. Page number 43. So page number 43, ma. 7th question. So what do you understand by underemployment? Explain with an example from each the urban and rural areas. So I did not go into the topic, ma, but why I am telling you all to write the thing is, so while I am explaining to you all understand more clearly. This is today your work, ma. So which one? Page number 43. Read and write 7th question answer 2 times. Day 4, ma. So this is your homework today. So students, complete your homework. Write the date, the lesson name, the name of the lesson. Write in your good hand, write neatly, ma, and post your homework without fail and without delay, ma. Without fail and without delay. Be safe and secure, ma, students. Bye. Take care.